Two people made this game. One wrote the code and the music, the other drew every cell in it. They put it on Steam and inside a week it sold 100,000 copies. This is your idol critic and this is Pathogenic. Let's start with who actually built this because it's the least believable part of the story. The studio is Aberrant Labs, and Aberrant Labs is basically one guy. His name is Matt. He spent 7 years as a software engineer at Google, quit in early 2025 to make games, and Pathogenic took him about a year and a half. He wrote the code, he also wrote the soundtrack, and that's not a side hobby. He had already worked on the music for Brotato, which is slightly surreal because Brotato and Pathogenic are sitting in a bundle together on the Steam store page right now. The other half of the team is an artist called Roberto. Every organ, every organelle, every horrible little creature on screen, one person's work. The publisher is Slug Disco, who you probably know as the studio behind Empires of the Undergrowth, the Ant Colony game. So the people backing this already built their whole identity on turning real biology into games. It's a very good fit. Now the pitch, which is the best pitch I've heard all year. You are not the doctor, you are not the immune system, you are the infection. And here's the design decision that makes the whole thing sing. You don't level up, there's no experience bar filling in the corner. You get stronger by hunting the cells attacking you, tearing the organelles out of them and grafting those organelles onto your own body. Your character is assembled from the corpses of everything you've killed. Flagella for movement, mitochondria for power, secretors if you want to shoot from range, spikes if you'd rather get close and stab. Then you chain those effects into each other and go hunting for the combination that breaks the run wide open. Over 120 organelles and mutations in total. All of it runs on soft body physics, and that's what you notice in the first 10 seconds. Nothing on screen is a stiff sprite sliding around a floor. Cells squash when you hit them, projectiles wobble, your own body deforms as it moves. It looks like something under a microscope instead of something in a game engine. You fight through 6 organs in order: skin, then the intestine, the stomach, the liver, the lungs, and the heart. Each one is procedurally generated, so the layout changes every run, but each one has its own defenders and hazards. The enemy roster is the immune system, which is a lovely idea by itself. Macrophages, T cells, then revival parasites competing for the same spot, tapeworms, protozoa, helminths waiting in the stomach, monocytes charging you down in the heart, and there are bosses lurking deep inside the organs. There are 7 pathogens to play as, and they are not reskins. The amoeba has no fixed shape at all. It starts as a blob with 3 organelle slots and earns more as it levels, so it opens rough and turns into the most flexible thing in the game. The demo had been up since Halloween last year and over 100,000 people played it before anyone paid a penny. Then launch, 25,000 copies in the first 24 hours with more than 3,000 people playing simultaneously. By the end of week 1, that number had quadrupled and the game peaked at over 5,800 players at once. It went Steam Deck verified during launch week 2. 2 people, 18 months, a game about germs. This is my favorite part. Before launch, the studio posted that if you were, their words, big-brained enough, you might find your way into a secret level. That's the joke. There's a brain in this game and it isn't one of the 6 organs you fight through normally. Within hours of release, people were pulling the game apart looking for it. One player noticed that the scientist in the main menu background, the loop you click straight past every time you boot up, is making a deliberate hand signals behind his back, half hidden underneath the menu buttons. Another player recognized what they were. Part of the code. They hid the route to a secret ending inside the animation you've ignored 50 times. I'm not giving you the sequence, go and find it. $9.99 and the same number in pounds and euros. There's a launch discount that knocks it to $7.99 until the 30th of July, plus Steam bundles with Brotato, everything is crap, and Void Link bound if you want to stack the saving. Windows, Mac and Linux, Steam Deck verified, local split screen co-op with remote play together if your friend isn't on your sofa, and Steam Workshop support, so mods are already happening. That's Pathogenic, a 2-person team, 100,000 copies in week 1. If you want a roguelike doing something genuinely new, this is the one. Tell me in the comments if you find the brain. Like, subscribe, see you on the next one.